Major League Fishing Cups are back and available on MyOutdoorTV.
Here we go.
Start your free trial on MOTV.com to enjoy new episodes of Major League Fishing Cups now. Use promo code YT30.
A cup event is probably the purest form of competitive bass fishing that you'll ever have.
Throw the boats in at a random lake, no information, and go at it.
It's unbelievable the amount of rods, reels, line, different techniques.
You have to keep an open mind.
All my senses are heightened. It's almost like you get into a zone. There he is. Good one.
I hope you got that one on film.
Dude, that's the one, you guys.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, my gosh.
General Tire's Major League Fishing. It's the Academy Sports and Outdoors Heritage Cup from Waco, Texas, presented by Magellan Outdoors.
We're at the fabled Lake Belton, a historic area. Let's call it somewhere in Texas.
I get a kick out of going to lakes I've never been. I've never been here.
This looks like a shaky head. Like, let's get it on lake.
Water's 75 degrees.
There's usually not a lot of grass in these Corps of Engineer lakes.
It strikes me as the first appearance on the map as it being a pattern lake.
We have a lot of rock, deep water access, not a whole lot of shallow stuff where we're at right now.
The thought of unknown, you know, to me, this could be the best lake in the world, and that's how I'm gonna think of it.
Welcome to General Tire's Major League Fishing. 30 anglers have assembled in Waco, Texas to compete for the title of Heritage Cup champion. Today, 10 will face off in Elimination Round 2, but only 6 will move on to the sudden death rounds, putting them one step closer to the Heritage Cup trophy. Let's meet today's 10 anglers. He's the second place angler in total points from the 2020 Bass Pro Tour season, Ott Defo. Next up, at number 7, Andy Morgan. With the 10th place ranking, Fletcher Shryock. At number 21, David Dudley. This year's Challenge Cup champion. In 28th place, Edwin Evers. With the 36th place ranking, Greg Hackney. At number 39, Brent Ayler. Next up, at 46, Cliff Pace. Coming in at number 67, Dean Rojas. And rounding out the field, in 75th, Jason Lambert. With the anglers having no idea where they'll be fishing, they must pack for every situation. Fletcher Shryock shows us how he prepared for the unknown in today's General Tire Anywhere is Possible.
Hey guys, Fletcher Shryock here, getting ready for my day on the water. I'm gonna show you 2 rods that I have basically on deck. Anytime I fish a Major League Fishing Cup event, anywhere is possible. We don't know where we're going. I mean, there's always 2 baits that I take with me, basically anywhere in the country that I feel very comfortable I'm gonna generate bites with. Right here's a bladed jig with a swim bait trailer. This is just a bait that I can take virtually anywhere in the country, any time of year, and generate bites. Another bait, obviously, that I'm always gonna have on deck, and basically the same thing any time of year, any water condition. For the most part, I can take a green pumpkin creature bait, pair it up on an Abu Garcia flipping stick, 40-pound spider wire braid to a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. Green pumpkin's a great color. You can fish it in dirty water, you can fish it in clear water, generate bites. Hopefully, I can utilize this week. We don't know where we're going, anywhere is possible, but if I can make this thing work, it's gonna be a good week.
With no practice and no information, the anglers only have 30 minutes to run the lake and try to figure out a game plan. To get a closer look at the options they have available, let's go out to Marty Stone with today's lake breakdown.
Chad, what the anglers are going to see this morning during their ride through with their Mercury-powered boats is a lake that's in full transition. Today's zone is on the Leon River section of Lake Belton, and it consists of 6,000 surface acres and over 60 miles of shoreline. And whether the anglers fish the main lake or into creek arms, there's a lot of similar cover, starting with bluff walls, bluff ends, chunk rock banks, pea gravel, standing timber and cedar trees. For the anglers that venture up into the river and the backs of creeks, you're gonna find laydowns, occasional stretches of buckbrush, and in the creeks there are a few marinas. But what we saw in elimination round 1 that was the absolute key was water clarity. For the anglers that were fishing in the upper third and the backs of the creeks, it was all about the laydown logs. But the number one key to that was the bright sunshine. And today we're looking at plenty of sun. Then for the anglers that were fishing on the lower section of the lake, the best part of that zone was the bays and the pockets, especially the ones that had the rocky corners and wood mixed in. The key bait in yesterday's round was a topwater plopper worked at high speed. There were several themes, though, throughout yesterday's elimination round that mattered. First, an angler could fish too deep quickly, but never too shallow. And secondly, the big fish on this lake showed up, and they made a difference.
We have 30 minutes, right?
Yes. Everybody running around, trying to figure it out in 30 minutes. We could do it. We could do it. We could figure this lake out that quick.
I know very, very little of this lake other than just looking at it and what it, you know, the thoughts it kind of brings up, which is like Lake Travis a lot.
All these other lakes in Texas have got a lot of spotted bass in them. You don't win you don't win 5-fish tournaments with spotted bass, but if you can find the right wad of them in the MLF format, you can catch them, a bunch of them, and fast. So,
you know, a lot of these lakes have got big fish in them. But dude, this is a tough time of year.
Ailer will be good here. That'll be my pick out of this group.
You know, this time of year, the fish like to school. You can find a school of them and catch them in a hurry.
Looks like we're just going to be running the banks, throwing, casting, and winding. But if I could take a little bit of time and find an offshore spot where I could rack up some numbers quick, it might pay off.
Really looking to get on a topwater bite or possibly catch them shallow cranking is what I would like to do. I'm not seeing a whole lot of surface activity, so I think a square bill is going to be my first pick.
Yeah, we may end up catching them down the lake, you know what I mean? But you gotta have a starting point. And I'd rather get off to a good start.
It went from like gin clear to, you know, gin clear drop shot in 30 foot of water to spinner bait, buzz bait, black and blue jig like that.
Nitro just as far up as I could get where the water was shallow. Hopefully got some color. That's the way I like to fish.
I like what I'm seeing. I like everything about it. Got a mixture of smooth rock, chunk rock. It all looks good. All I want to fish. I just want to start casting and figure out where they're at.
You'll find expert bass fishing know-how from Mercury MLF Pro Team anglers at MajorLakeFishing.com/Mercury Pro Tactics. General Tire's Major League Fishing is brought to you by General Tire. Anywhere is possible. Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive. B&W Trailer Hitches. Towing adventure. Yeti. Built for the wild. Sonic. This is how we Sonic. And by Kubota. Together, we do more.
I get a kick out of going to lakes I've never been. I've never been here. You know, we're in South Texas, so there's a chance we can catch some big ones today, and looking forward to getting after it.
73 freaking rods out. Hopefully we find one of them that they'll bite, and we'll just throw it all day.
It's Elimination Round 2 of General Tire's Major League Fishing. The second group of 10 anglers are on Belton Lake, eagerly awaiting the countdown to lines in for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Heritage Cup, presented by Magellan Outdoors from Waco, Texas. These pros are competing with no practice and must find fish faster than their competitors. Today's elimination round will consist of 3 periods. Only the top 6 with the most weight will advance to sudden death and move one step closer to the championship round. Major League Fishing's Elimination Round 2 begins now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lines in. This is beginning the elimination round of the 2021 Heritage Cup.
Let's get her rolling.
All right, away we go. I don't see the bait here like we were seeing a couple other places.
It's got a little bit of bait up here, shallow. You think there'd be a few fish up here with it.
There's some fish back here.
There he is. That feels big, whatever it is. He's getting ready to jump. It ain't no bass. Stinking drum.
It's got a freaking trot line or something. Oh my God. Now you know that's the only piece of string on that whole top. How did I hang the only piece of string? Got that out of the way. I don't think that was the same fish though.
1 pound, 8 ounce.
Thank you. Okay.
Greg, we did have our first fish on Score Tracker. Fletcher Shire caught a 1 pound, 8 ounce fish.
It came from right there. He was catching fish while I was cutting trout line.
Shamrock done caught him one. That does not surprise me. So it tells me they're gonna try to eat the buzzbait. I can pitch my stuff around some and catch them on some of this isolated wood.
So we've established one thing, or Fletcher has done that for us, that there are bass that live in this creek.
Planning on throwing top water, but the water's stained up here. I don't think that top water is the deal.
To survive today's elimination round, the anglers must sift through every clue they come across. And water clarity is only one of the many ingredients needed in a recipe for success. Here's Marty Stone for today's Wiley X Eyewear, more than meets the eye.
In the fall of the year, there's a lot of nuances that anglers have to pay attention to with their cast and retrieve if they want to be successful. Start with anglers that are fishing in stained water. Oftentimes, it's going to be rock corners or isolated woods where these fish are going to position. And the brighter the day, the better. But the thing that anglers have to realize is there's a ton of shad in these areas. And the shad have migrated in there because of the water color. But in the springtime of the year, that's normally one cast, one bite. In the fall of the year, that's usually never the case. Instead, it takes a lot of casts to the same piece of cover, oftentimes at different angles. This fish is not a feeding fish. This is a fish that you've got to trigger into biting. And then when anglers are fishing clear water, it's all about the speed of the retrieve. If a fish gets a good look at the bait, he's not going to bite and commit to it. Instead, anglers can't slow down in the clear water. And the faster they wind it, the better they have a chance for being successful. The anglers in elimination round number 2 better understand the nuances in the dirty water and the clear water cast and retrieve that it takes to generate a reaction bite if they want to be successful and advance to sudden death.
It's the thing in these cups, it's a big deal to get a bite, get something started. I hate to sit that long. I mean, in these deals, you got to move, but sometimes in the fall, you'll take a little piece of cover like this and have 2 or 3 or 4 fish on it.
I want to be throwing a buzz bait. I want to throw a spinner bait. I wouldn't mind to throw a little crankbait. Why don't y'all grab a rod and start chucking something?
Ooh, that's a big one there. Golly. Sucker smoked it. That's a nice one there, man. Look at that one. Woo. On the plopper, man.
3 pounds, 7 ounces.
3-7. Great way to start the morning, huh? Woo. Beautiful. Belton bass. Look at that, huh? Awesome, awesome.
Dean Rojas got his first fish. Weighed 3 pounds, 7 ounces. Moved him into first place.
Big one.
This area, I know absolutely nothing about. But there's a lot of bait back in here. It's got shallow flats, which is what we're on right now, a little shallow flat. That last bite came on a point before it got flat, so that's something we need to look into for the access to deep water. But this is kind of the type of stuff I like to fish in the fall. Rocky,
1.5 stuff.
I think what I'm gonna do is, so this stuff's got a lot more water on it than I expected. I'm gonna get over in the creek and get on the bank until the sun gets on up.
We're just off a creek off the main river here. Probably what I'm gonna do, fish, you know, mostly pockets all day, I think.
I don't think it's a bass. This looks funny. Yeah, it's a bass. It's a nice bass. He looks so lime-colored in that water that I was like, kind of looked like one, you know, and I know I look like a big white bass, you know.
2 pounds, 10 ounces.
You know, so basically what I've done, I figured out the deal. When you see one blow up, you just throw on it and that happens, you know. So, I mean, don't make this hard.
Greg Hackney's caught his first fish, weighed 2 pounds, 10 ounces, moved him into second place.
Hack, come on in there. That means we're in 4th place, man, when top 6 makes it.
Hard to tell, but one thing I am 100% sure of, he is not by himself. That's not a, now, I ain't saying there's hundreds in here. It might just be resident fish, but he won't be by himself.
Welcome back to General Tire's Major League Fishing.
Yeah, you can tell I ain't fished in 1 day since August.
Gotta be one in this draw. Or in Texas, as they say, in this drain.
It's elimination round 2 here in South Texas, and 3 anglers have made their first step toward advancing to the sudden death round. Dean Rojas made his first one count with a 3-pound, 7-ounce bass. The anglers are trying to get a feel for Belton Lake, and finding their first scoreable bass isn't always as easy.
There's gonna have to be a large amount of bass in here for me to catch one because there's so much cover. They could be anywhere.
It's got a little bit of bait up here shallow. You think there'd be a few fish up here with it.
They're little, you know, but there's a lot of shad. And especially for them to be this active this early in the morning, as the, you know, of course, when that sun gets out, they're gonna get a lot more, they'll be a lot more active.
Somebody starts catching 2 and 3, that's when you start to take notice. People catching 1, they could be just as lost as I am. They just happen to hit one.
Oh, that one will go.
1 pound, 2 ounces.
Little guys, they're catching better ones, so that gives me some faith that I'm gonna set the hook one of these times and she's gonna pull back.
Update on the score tracker. Fletcher Shryock just caught his second fish. He's at 2 pounds, 10 ounces total.
So there's your first one with 2.
Shy Rocket is making a move.
Does not feel like I should be pitching right now, but if they're gonna bite it, I don't need to be asking questions.
So undoubtedly, this lake's been a long time down at some time, because that's what all this stuff right here is. These were probably bean bushes. That's pretty common for Texas. They grew up when the water was down, and then the lake came back up.
Water's down a little bit, but for the most part, it's got up there, but there's nothing up here chasing any bait. You know, the bait's been out there. So we'll just, you know, I wanted to come all the way to the back. You got to check the back because you just never know. Fish was so shallow. Golly. Super shallow. Bait hit the water and my line jumped a foot in the air.
2 pounds, 1 ounce.
Okay. First one of the day.
Hey, Brent Ayler's caught his first fish this morning. Weighed 2 pounds, 1 ounce.
There's one.
Oh! Gosh! Fish landing violation, 2-minute penalty.
Weigh a pound, buddy.
14 ounces, non-scoreable.
That makes me mad. He wasn't even on anything. He was just on that bare bank. Interesting.
It's like a largemouth looking area to me. I mean, you might catch a spot, but probably not going to catch a smallmouth in here. Unless there happens to be some flowing water in the back of this creek. That was a largemouth bass right there that just bit my stuff. I don't know if it'd win a pound, but it was
By golly, a largemouth. Fletcher's caught 2. I mean, we know where he caught 1. He must not have went far before he stopped.
I already see a pattern developing, but I got to try to keep a couple other things honest. I don't know if I can run around and just fish to isolated wood.
This also could be a deal today that you have to run stuff twice. You know what I mean?
Dang it. Come on. Give me a bite. Tell me something.
No penalty.
It was outside, wasn't it? Yeah. Same thing that activated that one, the hack attack.
1 pound, 5 ounces.
4 on and 2 have caught 2. So this is the bait that I felt. You know what I mean? Like when I got to ease and creeping around a little bit, I was like, I wouldn't expect for him to be real aggressive right off this morning. So that's the reason I was like, I'll dob around a little bit.
It's too early to be getting a hold of a spinning rod. Pretty tough.
All right, Dean, come on. Where do we need to go? There he is. There he is.
Be close. That's one. Good one, too.
1 pound, 0 ounces.
Yay. We did it! We're on the score tracker.
See? Confidence.
1 pound, 8 ounces.
Pound the heifer.
Thank you, Lord. That's what I like. I like.
That fish, I mean, it also gives me just tons and tons of confidence just knowing, knowing that there's bass back in here. I'm actually seeing more bait flipping around now. And it tells me that my first thought was right. I mean, it was. Honestly, I kind of gave up on it a little quick. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I did.
Gosh, dog it. Why are they missing it? Golly.
Got that one. Whatever it is, I got it.
Got that one. On the plopper.
2 pounds, 14 ounces.
214. Beautiful.
Dean Rojas has caught another fish. He's moved into first place. He's now at 6 pounds, 5 ounces. His last fish was 2 pounds, 14 ounces.
Catching the right kind.
When them boys are catching one, they're catching good ones.
This could get good. Look at all that shoreline we got left to fish, too.
He wanted it. I haven't had that happen too much. I mean, he come completely out of the water.
That's why it's important. It's important to just keep winding when they come up and eat it. Just wind it. Just like that, just winding.
Dean Rojas caught his 3rd fish. It weighed 1 pound, 10 ounces.
Dino's figured out a little something.
He's currently in first place. He now has 3 fish for 7 pounds and 15 ounces.
You know, it's so hard because when it's top water, you see the explosion, and your immediate response is to, swing and set the hook, because the explosion's so loud and you want to hook them, but a lot of times you pull it away from them. And buzzbait, same thing. When you're working a buzzbait, you just want to keep winding and let the rod load up. Let them come up and grab it and take it down. I mean, I've got a buzzbait tied on as well, and I may end up throwing that a little bit later, but right now we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing.
Welcome back to General Tire's Major League Fishing for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Heritage Cup, presented by Magellan Outdoors from Waco, Texas.
Tough body of water. It's gonna be one of these deals you're gonna have a dang heart attack when you do get a bite.
Andy and Edwin, they're rookies. See why they haven't caught them yet.
Oh, there's fish right here. I just seen them come up schooling. Any more movement on the score tracker?
No, sir.
Yeah, it's weird. Those are some great fishermen that are fishing today, and they'll figure it out, you know? They'll come back, but...
You start looking down and see who you're fishing against, and you just stop about halfway down and say, that's enough.
It's been a slow start to Elimination Round 2, but today's group of anglers are stacked with talent. Dean Rojas has the upper hand in this first period and is starting to dial in the topwater bite, which is a technique he's very comfortable with. The bites on Belton Lake have been few and far between, so when the opportunity presents itself, you better not miss.
Did I tell you I hate fall fishing yet? Just in case you didn't hear me, I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah, the decision now is to go cleaner water or dirtier water. I feel like the entire field is in dirtier water. No, it's all of our bites have come in stained water. When we got in the clear water, we couldn't get them to bite this thing.
Yeah, these fish in that dirty water, man, I don't really need any cover.
God.
That right there was a big one, boys, of some kind. Don't know what it was, but it was big.
£1 pound, 5 ounces.
A little smallmouth.
David, you have 30 minutes remaining to suck in this period. So far, you've done a fabulous job at it.
Fish put you in 6th place, Mr. Pace, pushing David Dudley to 7th with 1 pound, 0 ounces. We still have 3 anglers not on the score tracker.
This place is tough.
Well, I think right now for this lake, it seems like they're in transition right now. They're just, the bait's just now getting to the back. As we saw in a couple of the pockets where I caught the big one, there was a lot of bait back there this morning. You know, on the surface, you could see it on the screen, you know, and the water, you know, it's a cool morning. You can see a little bit of fog on the water, which, you know, the air temperature is cooler than the water. So that's what creates that. So you know that that time's coming where it's going to cool the water down, and you know, more and more fish will eventually go back to the back of the creek because that's where the bait fish will go.
Because I don't retie. I get in a dang hurry. I do this too much.
I'm gonna open them up even more. What it does is opens the bite. So now, I mean, there you go. So look at that. They ain't letting go. Now you can get them.
I gotta retie. I can't just keep pitching around these trees and catching them and not retie. Like, it's that simple. Like, I never learned from that dang lesson.
When they're stocked like that, they're good when you hook them because they're bent in. They're like a EWG style. But you also miss a lot of them too because they don't get, you know, into the hook point and into the round bend of the hook. If you open them up, then you have the best of both worlds.
It's a little frustrating. It's like in this format, you're just such in a hurry. It's hard to stop and do what you're supposed to do.
That's good. There. Yes, sir. Come on, buddy, don't fall off.
Greg Hackney found an active fish. He's up to 5 pounds, 2 ounces.
How do you know it was active?
How do I know it was active?
Yeah.
He caught it.
That doesn't mean it was active. He could have technically snagged it, just not on purpose.
You're now 2 pounds, 13 ounces out of the lead.
We need to catch about 40 of those today.
That was a bass for sure, dude. That was a nice one. It swam back yonder way because he didn't bite my hook.
He wasn't active.
He was not active. He was inactive.
Gotta find one dumb one somewhere.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh gosh, look at him schooling right there. Holy crap. Look at that. Merry Christmas to me.
We might have us a scoreable.
He ain't gonna be scoreable. We're gonna weigh him, but...
He is not a giant, but if he weighs 16 ounces, he's 16 ounces more than I had.
1 pound, 1 ounce.
Biggin. Biggin.
1 pound, 0 ounce?
Yes, indeed.
Jason, that fish moved you into 7th place. You're just 4 ounces out of 6th.
Told you we was gonna find a dummy somewhere.
We need to run. We don't have much time.
I'm gonna step it up in that next period. I'm just telling you, it's gonna get better. I mean, we may not even come back in here. I'm just saying, just in general, fishing is gonna, no doubt, sometime today.
That ought to tell you something right there, when Andy Morgan and Edward Evers ain't caught one. 2 of the best in the freaking game.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I don't know what that is. And most time you don't get a drum. Probably got something snagged, foul snagged or whatever. Oh gosh, it's a bass, a giant, a freaking mega giant bass. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure it's snagged. This is a giant bass. Look at him busting right there. I don't know what to do. I know what to do now, baby! Woohoo! Yes! Oh my gosh, that's a freaking giant! Oh my gosh!
7 pounds, 5 ounces.
You go from 11-incher or 11-ouncer, 14-ouncer little keeper to 7 what?
7.5.
7 pounds, 5 ounces. Oh my gosh. They're busting, guys. We got to get back in there on them.
David Dudley caught his second fish. He moves into the lead.
Oh my gosh.
They weighed 7 pounds, 5 ounces.
Oh my Lord.
7 pounds, 5 ounces.
That's a monster there.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
And we Texas. Told y'all that this morning. And no matter where you go, I don't know if they catch a lot of them out here like that, but...
How do you like that for the end of the period?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Line's out. End of period 1.
Yabba dabba doo.
Well, that wasn't the worst period I've ever had, but it was 1 cast short of it.
In Major League Fishing, you have to have that one key that gets you going, you know, whether it's a bait, whether it's a technique, a pattern, something, you know, even an area.
Man, I had 2 really good bites. I had a really good bite on that buzzing toad by Berkeley, that new frog. And then I had a really good bite on my Fritz side, you know, and I saw that fish at the time. I said it was 5 pounders, probably more like a 3.5 or 4. That was on a channel swing, the other one's in the back of a pocket, so I don't know yet.
I don't know. Well, some people can say that catching big fish is luck, and I will agree with that with a little bit, but you always have to put yourself in position to let that big fish take place. And pretty obvious, we moved around enough, found an area that they were actually schooling in when I came up on it. Catch a 7-pounder. Is that kind of luck? Yeah, that's kind of luck, but it wasn't luck that I found the area.
MyOutdoorTV is your home for every exciting moment of the 2022 MLF season.
Boom!
Every episode, including live events.
Yes, sir!
Try it free at MyOutdoorTV.com. Use promo code YT30.
General Tire's Major League Fishing is brought to you by Berkeley, your fish, our science. Wiley X Eyewear, go confidently. Mercury Marine, go boldly. Favorite Fishing, the future of fishing. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
I think we got us another one of them old fall grinders. You know, the period break really doesn't bother me that bad, but I was just kind of glad that it seemed like that I figured something out right towards the end, and I finished on a high note.
I feel good, I'm in the lead, but deep down inside, I know the 7-pounder was kind of a luck deal. I know I still have to keep my P's and Q's ready to go for the second period.
I felt like the bite was waning because I was fishing really good stuff, but I wasn't getting any bites on the plopper.
You know, there's really not a lot of cover to fish, so you have to cover a lot of water to find that unique little piece of structure or find that one fish that's going down that bank. I figured I could do that with a top water and a jerk bait, something that those fish will swim to in that clear water.
And you just run out of water. We're in 6,100 acres of water, so that you run out of stuff really, really quick. What it rolls back to is I didn't capitalize on the bites I had in the first period.
At this first break, you'd say, man, you've only caught one fish. You ought to be pretty down, but nobody had caught much. You know, I wasn't concerned with it, but I also knew I hadn't found anything out yet.
While our pros make their adjustments for period 2, let's take a look at the score tracker. After struggling to get things going, David Dudley hooked up with the 7-pound, 5-ounce Berkeley Big Bass at the end of period 1. He's our must-add point position leader. Only the top 6 will advance to the sudden death rounds. And as you can see from the score tracker, these Belton Lake bass have eluded most of today's anglers. But as Dudley has already proven, a bad day can be turned around with just one cast.
We're going to the second period, baby. Had a great first period. You know, we can just keep rolling like that, continuing into the second period. You know, get a few more bites to stay in that top 3. I think we're going to be good to make it to the, you know, qualify for the next rounds.
In my mind, I got to catch a few more. If I catch a few more keepers, it looks like I'll be okay, but I'll liable to be okay with what I got. You know?
Seeing as tough as what it is, I need to just run a bunch of the stuff that I think they're going to be on, because they've been there. It's just I've got to run in a lot of water to find it, so.
Man, I really don't even know what I'm going to do to start with. I think I'm going to look around offshore, a little bit deeper stuff, kind of. I kind of hate to not look around in this marina or throw in it some. Actually, I might just do that. I'll probably just start right here. I just talked myself into it.
3, 2, 1, lines in. It's the beginning of period 2.
All right, boys, second period.
We'll catch one over there. They got a Trump flag.
Dang, are we the only one coming to the left? Everybody else going the opposite way.
All righty. A little short run. See if we can catch something.
It's so deceiving, what's in the water and what's not.
Just gonna kind of jump around out here on the outside of the creek a little bit.
Water's got perfect color, and I get the feeling like I'd have a better chance at a bigger fish, you know, maybe more numbers.
We're out. This water's too clean.
You got us one. That in the way a pound.
1 pound, 11 ounces.
All right. Yeah, that's a keeper. We finally put the dang hook in one of them and landed him.
1 pound, 11 ounces.
Thank you, sir.
It's too shallow.
I wish I'd have known there was smallmouth in this thing when we started this morning.
I'm gonna have to get into something here.
We'll worm on a point real quick, and then we're gonna run some top water or jerk bait, I guess.
A lot of the areas we came through here already, where the fish were at, in the 3 to 4 foot range. So I'm just kind of, we had a couple that swiped out and missed them. Just trying to see if I can't get them to bite a jerk bait through here.
He's better than I thought he was. Not really, just skinny.
2 pounds, 3 ounces.
And that is a big 2-3 on a day like today. Smallmouth. Huh. Think about that at Lake Erie. You don't think about that in Texas.
We about to go. I gotta do like I said, you know, find them more defined points.
Now the key is just to stay in there. Stay in the top 6 so we can come do it again.
Fish are getting a little more active here. Go eat it. Thank you. See, they biting it. That's how you can tell.
1 pound, 12 ounces.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That means he was sitting there waiting on the shad.
There's a good one. Stay on there. I don't know how well he's hooked.
Got him. 2 pounds, 3 ounces.
Nice. All righty. Back in the mix. Cool. Got that one on a worm.
I mean, he bit the first cast. I still had to throw with that stuff multiple. I just caught so many big ones on the 4th or 5th cast that when you hit a good piece of stuff, you just have to throw more than once.
Welcome back to General Tire's Major League Fishing for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Heritage Cup, presented by Magellan Outdoors from Waco, Texas.
All righty. Back in the mix.
Ain't worth a crap now. As soon as you think you figure something out.
And I've had the bites to be in the top 5. So it's hard for me to go try something else.
10 anglers are looking for their next bite on Belton Lake, but following the wrong bites can send you on a wild goose chase of wasted time. Our top 2 pros have yet to build on their success from period 1. Greg Hackney is slowly sneaking up the score tracker, and it's only a matter of time before the rest of the field figures out a way to trigger these bass into biting. For more on that, here's Marty Stone for today's 6 Hour Success Insight.
In the fall of the year, anglers are going to have days where they just flat struggle. And the main reason for that is the bait fish. There's more bait in the lake in the fall of the year than any other time, and they're from 0 out to 30 foot. Rojas is running a top water pattern using a plopper on the corners of the lake, and we know from history that's a pattern that worked. Hackney's doing something he's really good at, throwing a square bill, making repeated casts at the key pieces of cover. These anglers are doing the right things, but they're not getting bit. We're coming off a full moon, and as this moon is starting to wane and go away, there's still a big-time feed at night with these bass. But somewhere during the day, these fish are going to position the way they need to. The windows, though, on days like today, they can be small. And what an angler has to do is stay the course. And if he doesn't stay the course, when that window finally opens, he'll be fishing a pattern that will not produce. Our leader, David Dudley, caught a really nice fish, over 7 pounder on a jerkbait. In the remainder of the day now, he's spin out deep, throwing a drop shot. In my opinion, he's gonna have to make an adjustment because I feel like he's fishing below the fish. In the fall of the year, always remember, it's easy to fish too deep. It's hard to fish too shallow.
The odds are in our favor if we keep getting bit, you know?
This is a luge hack attack, and it is actually, the name of it is a cranking special. It is a 7-foot medium heavy. That's a lot of tip. It's a cranking rod. You know what I mean by it. You wouldn't do anything else with it. It's a composite rod, mostly graphite, but they mix some fiberglass in it because you don't want it to be a crankbait rod to be too sensitive. You don't want to react too quick.
Picked this stupid fluke up about 30 minutes ago and got 4 bites on it. Quickly. Something just boiled on it.
That's what you call her out at the boat. Smallmouth. I cut the crap out of my hand. But I got him. To scare you to death? He did me. I don't know how I had to control. That was Jesus himself holding the rod. Jesus, take the rod. Don't make me jerk it away from him.
2 pounds, 10 ounces.
Brown 1, baby. On a frog. Smallmouth on a frog.
What the folks call his 3rd fish, he's now at 5 pounds and 5 ounces in 4th place.
I'm not gonna stop and fish till I feel comfortable.
Gotta catch him. The boys have made the adjustments.
Okay, now we got something I can work with. Yes, we do, we do.
What's the deal, guys?
And you know, it's getting that time of the year where you don't have to throw at anything to catch one. Because that water cools off and as dirty as it is, I mean, they're just on bait, you know. I catch about as many of them this time of year just cranking dirt, you know what I mean? Like, they're just sitting out there swimming around waiting for them shad to swim by.
One pound, 2 ounces.
These pockets on this end of the lake, I mean, I'm this close to banking in 16 feet of water. The backs of them may be the only flat places in them.
Cliff Pace caught another fish. He's about 1 pound, 10 ounces behind you.
He's coming. I gotta find some fresh fish, get this party started.
It seems like if I can find that gravel that's closer to that deeper water, I can get a bite off of it, but it's hard to find. It's either like real flat or vertical. I don't know if he's even scoreable. I think he might be.
One pound, 1 ounce.
He's big enough. Another smallmouth.
Oh my God. Dude.
Jason Lambert caught his 3rd and 4th fish. He now has 5 pounds, 8 ounces, moved into 5th place.
I need to add to my lead, don't I?
Might be getting a little bit of confidence in it now.
One pound, 2 ounces.
Not a giant, but we'll take every one of them we can get.
I mean, I might as well catch 5-pounders. The 1-pounders aren't any easier to come by.
Gosh almighty, what I gotta do to get a bite?
Stay on there, buddy. Thank you, Lord. Now they're busting all over the place.
He will be a keeper. Yes, sir.
1 pound, 2 ounces.
Love them. Absolutely love them.
1 pound, 6 ounces.
What the heck am I doing wrong? It's gotta be the size of the bait.
This little thing I rigged up here, it's a little 3-inch Bass Pro Speed shad, just threaded up on the hook. Then I can just buzz it across the top of the water. It is schooling fish feeding on small bait, especially still conditions.
There's one. Maybe we're on the board. Just stay on there. Please stay on there.
1 pound, 1 ounce.
Christmas.
Edwin Evers is on the score tracker with a fish weighs 1 pound, 1 ounce.
Eddie's on the board. The problem is he gets them figured out. He goes straight to the top.
He'll come back and win.
We got a bite. We got one on the board. Smallmouth of all things, but right now we will take it all day long.
Welcome back to General Tire's Major League Fishing.
Seemed to have went pretty quiet in here. Let's go.
3rd period, I'm gonna tie up some crankbaits and go.
I haven't caught one fish on a crankbait. That ought to tell you something.
The decision on what to do next is swimming in the minds of 10 professional anglers.
It won't take long to get fat. We can get into them just a little bit.
Only the top 6 will advance out of today's elimination round, and just over 2 pounds separate 4th through 7th place. Period 2 is winding down, and the anglers near the elimination line need to rustle up some weight to have a chance in the final period.
The guy that's leading it has 3 fish. I'm not trying to discount it. I'm just saying that's how tough it is. Like,
My man pulled an RV out here. Now that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Back to the toad program.
1 pound, 7 ounces.
1.7. We just got to keep that thing in our hand. Defoe just caught his 5th bass. He's 1 pound, 13 ounces behind you now.
And that's what I should have.
Defoe just caught a 1 pound, 0 ounce. He now has 8 pounds, 14 ounces. He is currently in 2nd place.
1 pound him to death. It all counts.
This, you know, a toad-style bait like this is totally weedless, and so most people just automatically place it as being, you know, strictly like a grass bait, or that's, you know, one of the situations where they'll go to it, put one on a hook and throw it down the bank like I'm doing right now, but it's a really great way to fish it, and I find myself doing it more and more.
Stay on there, fish, please stay on there. Yes.
Edwin just caught his 2nd fish, 2 pounds, 2 ounces.
I can hear him now.
Gosh dang, it's taken me forever. It is like, I really don't have a rhyme or reason to the bite. Just come off a piece of wood, close to a point, so just keep going, keep going.
Stay on. That might keep.
£1 pound, 1 ounce.
Hey, looky there.
1 pound, 1 ounce.
On the worm. Again.
I'm gonna have to completely regroup in the next period. Like maybe even start down the lake, I don't know. I mean, I'll flip, throw shaky head, plastic, something. Do something different in the last period, I don't know.
It's a kind of a bluffy wall, rock. It's fairly steep, boats in 16, and then there's an outcropping of rock right here. You know, something that stands out from the rest, you gotta slow down, throw a worm.
Get in here. Maybe. I mean, if he is, he just don't pee. Don't pee, buddy. Buddy, don't pee. Don't you pee. Let's get him on there quick before he loses any water weight.
1 pound, 2 ounces?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Right there, every time clutch, right at the end.
Fish land violation, 2-minute penalty. 1 pound, 14 ounces.
We got it in the boat.
Edwin Evers.
No. You know, if I just make the most of those bites this morning, heck, we're way up in the standings right now. That's what killed me today. It's not landing those fish this morning. You know, not that I don't know what I did wrong. You know, I had the one on the side of the boat and...
About 1 minute left, period 2.
Good. Just enough time. That bit it just like that smallmouth. Dude, I saw my frog here, and I don't even know where he came from. It got engulfed. Thank you, Lord, big old headed thing.
2 pounds, 11 ounces.
2:11, right here to end the period. Man, right at the boat again. That's 2 fish. My 2 best fish I've caught, a largemouth and a smallmouth that bit that toad right at the boat.
Well, at least we managed to catch some that time. Little bitty ones, but some anyway.
We're gonna give him another shot in the 3rd period. I think this is my only hope to catch, a couple, 3 or 4 real quick. Just got to find the right bait, what they want. Sometimes these schooling fish, they get real finicky. They only key in on the bait.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I feel good. I'll just keep doing this right here, just throwing that Berkeley square bull. It's a little 3.5. I changed over to that color because it looks just like those shad that are in the water.
I don't know. I mean, it's just not good in general, obviously, so it's really hard to think what you're doing's right or what you're doing's wrong.
It's just a green pumpkin toad fishing on a 4/0 heavy-duty worm hook, or heavy-duty wide gap hook. It's a Bass Pro Shops Johnny Morris Platinum, 7-1 medium heavy. I'm fishing this on the 8-3-1 Platinum reel. So I'm burning it fast, covering a lot of water, and a 50-pound hyper braid on there. That is my setup that has done all the work.
Horrible, horrible performance is what I call period 2.
I'll be honest with you, the only reason I'm in the position I'm in right now is because it's just extremely tough on everyone out here. And I like that. I hate it when they enjoy themselves. I like it when they struggle.
General Tire's Major League Fishing is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Squincher, hydration that works. Sig Sauer, never settle. Waco Convention and Visitors Bureau, Waco, the heart of Texas. And by Toyota, let's go places. Welcome back to General Tire's Major League Fishing for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Heritage Cup, presented by Magellan Outdoors from Waco, Texas. It's the final break of Elimination Round 2, and only 6 of today's anglers will advance and continue their journey toward the Heritage Cup trophy.
I got to do something else. You know, I mean, I got to catch 2 or 3 fish that last period at least. I mean, I still, in my mind, any second it might blow open and I may need to catch 5. You know what I mean? You know, so just got to make the right adjustments.
While they try to formulate a game plan for period 3, let's take a look at the score tracker. The topwater toad is working for Adifo. He caught 5 bass in period 2 and now holds the lead going into the final period. David Dudley is still resting on the laurels of his 7-pound, 5-ounce Berkeley big bass, and his competitors are closing in. The elimination line is stacked up tight, and one angler has found himself squeezed in between a group of hammers and anvils. For more on that, let's go out to Marty Stone for today's Yeti Cooler Talk.
That first period was brutal, and you made a nice adjustment. Talk about it a little bit.
You know, I spent a lot of time in the ride around looking out deep. I mean, this is a Texas lake. Usually you think about spotted bass, and I just never could put it together. I just went to a couple flat pockets right at the end of the first period and got away from the really steep stuff and got 2 bites right at the end of the first period and, you know, started out real good the second period. I caught probably 9 or 10 fish that period, but only 4 scorables. Who knows, man? We're in now. We just got to stay in.
Seemed like the end of the second period, the bite picked up for the whole field and the wind was picking up a little bit. Does that help you going into the third period?
It should. I mean, the bites I'm getting are really, really shallow. So, I mean, a lot of the fish I'm seeing, I'm catching them on a little soft plastic jerkbait, and you know, a couple of them that I've actually caught, I've actually seen visibly come up on top and eat it. So they're really shallow. The wind always helps that. I don't know, it's just tough. It seems like it's really hard to catch a fish, and when you've only caught 6 pounds and you're in the top 6, that lets you know the whole field is really struggling. So, you know, 1 or 2, 3 bites this period is gonna be the deal. We just gotta go out and make it happen.
Jason Lambert sitting in 6th place. It's a grind today, but he's got a pattern that's working. Can he close it out in this third and final period and make it to sudden death?
All right, game plan for this last period is catch more than the guy in 7th place and go back to throwing that crankbait.
Hopefully the wind's blowing. I can throw a jerkbait, a crankbait, and a worm when I see something that looks good and just hopefully pick off a few more fish.
It's a grinder tournament, so you got to keep grinding. You can't just not go catch one if you think you can.
I almost feel safe at this moment. I mean, I've got about double what the cut is with only 1 period left to go.
3, 2, 1, you can go.
Away we go.
Well, one thing first and second had in common, they both went the same direction.
I'm just gonna idle for a second and kind of let everybody run on by and not just run right to the back of a pocket.
Yeah, big one. That will make the round for me right there. That one fish alone. Oh, I think I just punched my ticket right there, baby. I think I just punched my ticket. Boom!
3 pounds, 10 ounces.
310.
David Dudley just caught a 3-pound, 10-ounce bass to move back ahead of Ot Defoe.
He said he was around him, you know. Should have went with him. Maybe I went with him.
Take that, Ot Defoe.
Dudley's fish weighed 3 pounds, 10 ounces.
It's crazy that anybody catches a 5-pound. Oh my goodness, dude, that's a dang good and swirled at it. Why do they do that?
Just for the record, that is the second largest fish of the day.
Yeah, you know, when you swing for the fences like me, it's just a high roller.
I gotta figure out how to get a bite again. I've got no rhyme or reason to where these fish are.
Hope he's big enough.
Should go a pound.
1 pound, 2 ounces.
1, 2, all right. We'll take it, 1, 2.
1 pound, 5 ounces.
Oh, 1.5. Ate his Wheaties this morning. Pretty little smallmouth.
Right now in the third period, I'll take whatever I can get because the area is just littered. I mean, they're just busting everywhere in and around here. And if I can just get a couple of pounds, it'll solidify me into the top 6, which is where I want to be at.
I think he's hooked well, I think. Got him. 2 something, come on.
2 pounds, 3 ounces.
Oh, man. Boy, they're few and far between. Look at that thing, 2-pounder. It's like when I hook one, it's a big one.
Come on, come on, come on. Get in the boat. Chunky one.
1 pound, 7 ounces.
7.
I was just talking about how I didn't know, you know, rhyme or reason where these fish are. Every bite that I've had has been, except for one little baby, you know, scoreable I caught out on the main lake, but the rest have been halfway back in something.
Got him, got him. That'll make it there.
Oh, I saw him.
1 pound, 3 ounces.
1, 3. I know it's not big, but 1, 3 means a lot right now. That was cool, man. Just watching him, that minnow was darting back and forth, and just long enough that I can get my cast in there and get my jerkbait in there. Beautiful smallmouth. Sweet.
Dean Rojas just caught a 1 pound, 3 ounce fish, moved him into third and pushed you down to fourth.
And every pound right now is critical. You know, we still got an hour and a half still left, so there's still plenty of time.
MyOutdoorTV is your home for every exciting moment of the 2022 MLF season.
Boom!
Every episode, including live events.
Yes, sir!
Try it free at MyOutdoorTV.com. Use promo code YT30.
Welcome back to General Tire's Major League Fishing for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Heritage Cup, presented by Magellan Outdoors from Waco, Texas.
I can't catch a 1-pounder to save my life in this place.
Mental toughness is being tested on Belton Lake as 10 anglers continue to fight their way into the top 6. Brent Ayler has moved above the elimination line, but Jason Lambert and Edwin Evers are 1 fish away from knocking him back down. The clock is ticking, and the final outcome of today's elimination round could be decided by ounces.
Right now, I'm in survival mode, so I'm like, I've tried to make slight adjustments, look for something different, and I'm like, you know what? What I'm doing, if I can just catch a fish or 2 more, will get me in the next round, and we're going somewhere different.
You know, it's sweet whenever you're digging your rod locker an hour to go. Just get more. Just get more rods out.
Look, look. Dude, this pocket's got some fish in it. It's a big old smallmouth. Look at that one trying to get it out of his mouth.
3 pounds, 2 ounces.
3 pound smallmouth on a toad back of a pocket, middle of the day, the sun's shining straight down. Make sense of that for me. You figure that one out. Get back with me.
Defoe caught his 9th bass. That was 3 pounds, 2 ounces.
Golly.
He now has a lead. He's leading with 16 pounds, 0 ounces. He's 2 pounds, 11 ounces ahead of you.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a good chance that Defoe is not catching green ones. We'll see. I know this lake has a bunch of smallmouth in it.
I know I'm safe at this point by catching that 3-pounder, so that is a huge, you know, awesome feeling. But I want to catch every bass in this pocket because there's a lot of them, and it would be fun.
Now there's it. Oh, yeah. Come on, jump right there and get in the boat.
Edwin Evers just moved into 5th with 7 pounds, 14 ounces.
When he started catching them, you know. Took him a while, but since the weights are so low, I mean, Fletcher might come back and win. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude.
I can't catch one today. No joke.
We don't have enough. We got to keep going. I'm gonna keep this Lowrance Ghost going about as fast as I can have it go and still reel my bait in effectively.
I really felt like this deal was gonna hold up, but it don't seem like it is right now.
I hope you got that one on film.
£1 pound, 8 ounces.
I'm talking about coming out of the water for something. He came out of the water.
yeah, I sealed the deal. You know what I mean? He in.
Well, this little swim bait I'm using on the schoolers, it's a little Bass Pro Speed Shad, 3-inch. I've got it just threaded onto a finesse hook, which has a little bait keeper on it. So it just makes it an open hook presentation. I'm just throwing it out in open water around these schoolers.
I mean, a perfect place for a scoreable bass. Gentlemen, this is a scoreable bass. They're one of the hardest creatures there is to capture in the great state of Texas. And maybe even a 2-pounder.
2 pounds, 6 ounces.
I mean a big bass. This specimen, this fine Texas bass, everything's bigger in Texas.
Greg Hackney just caught a 2 pound, 6 ounce fish. He's at 12 pounds and 6 ounces, 3rd place.
My worst cup event ever.
Boom. You think that don't feel good?
What's changed? We ain't caught a non-scoreable.
It's like spurts. Sometimes they want to bite and they just come up. Other times they're just dead like it is right now.
There's some big uns with it. I mean, big uns.
1 pound, 6 ounces.
1.6, yes. Thank you, Jesus. Switch to this little 1/8 ounce buzz bait just to kind of give a different look from that toad.
£1 pound, 13 ounces.
113. I needed that one.
Edwin just caught a 1 pound, 13 ounce fish. He's now in 5th place.
Golly, huh? 2 guys that are 1 scoreable away from passing me. I gotta catch another one.
It just does a lot for me. I need a couple more bites, you know. It's tight. It's really, really tight.
1 keeper, 1 scoreable away. I gotta figure out how to get a bite again.
Stay on there. Stay on there. Yes. That one's scoreable. That one right there might make it to the sudden death round for us.
1 pound, 8 ounces.
First time all day I felt like I had a chance.
Definitely scoreable if I can get him in. Stupid, crazy smallmouth on light line. Calm down. Look, 2-pounder. Come on, baby, 2 pounds.
2 pounds, 2 ounces.
Yes. We ain't done yet.
You just got moved to 7th with 7 pounds, 8 ounces.
Let's go.
Jason Lambert's in 6th with 8 pounds, 12 ounces.
Just like that.
Welcome back to General Tire's Major League Fishing.
Dude, this pocket's got some fish in it. It's a big old smallmouth. Look at that one trying to get it out of his mouth.
Yeah, I sealed the deal. You know what I mean? He in.
Ott Defo has rallied in this third period by calling up smallmouth in the backs of shallow pockets, as you can see here in today's favorite fishing overview of the day. While Ott enjoys his comfortable lead, the anglers near the elimination line are desperately searching for a scoreable bass. Jason Lambert is hanging on by a thread, and Brett Ayler and Cliff Pace are 1 bite away from making the cut. With only 30 minutes left on the clock, these anglers have to make every cast count.
This stuff, you can't fish fast. You got to just take your time and fish slow. Casting, you start rushing, you start bouncing it off stuff and getting backlashes like that right there.
Bro, you can honestly just stay seated and save your camera battery.
Ah, Brent. This is not the thing to do when you're in a hurry. I should have done this earlier.
I'm keeping my bait just shallower than where I can see the bottom. Like, I don't want it out here where the boat is, where I can't see the bottom. But I don't want it up there completely either for the whole retrieve, where it's just, you know, super shallow. I want it kind of in that area where I can't quite see the bottom. That's where most of my bites are coming from.
Oh gosh, look at him busting the shad back there. Holy crap. It's getting ready to be on, Bubba. It's getting ready to be on.
Summoning up my inner Cody Meyer with my spinning rod and wacky rig. He'd be proud of me.
Oh gosh, there's 5, 6, 7, 10 of them. Oh my gosh, there's like 15 of them right there. Hurry up, hurry up. Oh my gosh. They're like everywhere right there. I mean, a mega school of them.
1 pound, 9 ounces.
Oh my gosh. They were all swimming out at the same time.
Come on, fish, where'd y'all go?
That's gonna measure. That's gonna keep.
£1 pound, 9 ounce.
Stay on there. Oh my goodness. Golly, a dadgum big one. Yes, 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 yes. Come on, babe. Just come right to Papa. Come to Papa. Gotcha. Yes, 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 yes.
3 pounds, 6 ounces.
Those scales never lie. Good one, all righty. Yes, 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 yes.
Edwin got on.
Pushed you down to 4th, Greg, with 12 pounds, 6 ounces.
I might have Ott puckering right now. We had a side bet today. The loser between the two of us has to jump in
I've been feeling like I'm gonna get wet all day long. First chance I've thought that I might have a chance not to get wet.
Smallmouth on the buzzer. Pound 4.
1 pound, 4 ounces.
Pretty good eye, good eye. Good job, Martin. Told you that's about what I thought he would be. You make a good team, young man.
Defoe just caught his 13th fish. 6 pounds, 12 ounces back.
There's one right there. Stay on there, fish. It's a good one.
I don't know what shape my line's in.
Slight touch, no penalty.
Edwin just now went to 16-10.
Dang. It's fairly important that I beat Edwin today, so he gets to jump in again. I don't have to. Let's go to the next pocket with that in mind.
Well, he figured it out. He sure enough figured it out. I ain't figured it out all day. I'm just fishing, you know.
Major league fishing, you want to win every round you can. They're hard to win, but when you got a little side bet going on like that, makes you want it that much more.
It's amazing. You go all morning just chosen fishing. You're never out of it. That's what I love about this sport.
That's a fish landing violation, 2-minute penalty. 1 pound, 0 ounces.
I don't know where to go. We don't have much time.
This is what I should have been doing all this whole period on these trees. That's how I caught that one right there at the end of the second period.
Cliff Pace is in 7th with 8 pounds, 5 ounces. He's 7 ounces out of 6th.
We don't want to be around that drama line.
Don't have to have another one. At least one more for sure.
Gotta catch one right here, you guys.
I'm coming for you, Ott. Oh, he's barely hooked. Golly, he's barely hooked. No! That hook fell right out.
2 pounds, 5 ounces.
2.5.
Edwin Evers is up to 18 pounds, 15 ounces in 2nd place.
Edwin!
2 pounds, 6 ounces behind you.
He's trying to not jump in.
You need 2 pounds, 7 ounces to take first.
Somebody's getting wet all day long. I thought it was me, but I feel like I can catch a 2 pound, 7 ouncer between now and 4:15, so.
I might end up regretting this bet if he catches another one.
Greg, there's 5 minutes remaining in the round.
Captain, I'm giving her all she's got.
Boys, I've had about enough of this. I feel like I'm about to catch another one, but I don't know. Fish landing violation, 2-minute penalty.
Cliff Pace is in penalty.
Just don't have enough time, you guys.
11 ounces, non-squirrel.
Big one. Big one. That's a big one. Dude, that's the one, you guys.
£1 pound, 11 ounces.
Brent Ayler has caught his 5th fish, moved him into 6th place. He now has 9 pounds and 3 ounces, dropping you to 7th.
I told you I was going to have to catch another one.
3, 2, 1. Lines out, end of round.
Oh, man, what a day. We'll give it a second here and find out what we've got.
I mean, I just don't ever feel like today I really ever got around him. You know, I feel like I just survived.
Boys, so saying it's been real and it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. That's the way it goes sometimes. Doesn't make it any less aggravating, though.
Whoa, I bet Jason is hot.
7 ounces.
Unreal, dude. That's just Dude, that's Major League Fishing for you right there. It's so many times it's come down right to the very end, and I'm still scared that he's gonna tell me, hold on, I made a mistake. It happens. Guys catch him right at the end. It's unreal.
Good news and bad news. We're moving on to the next round. Bad news, I gotta get wet when I get back. Dadgummit. I hate that. Oh, you're such a lucky little fella. Arthur Defoe.
It looks to be official at this point. You're 2 pounds 6 ounces ahead of Edwin Evers, at 21 pounds 5 ounces, advancing to the sudden death round.
First or sixth, as long as I was ahead of Eddie. Now let's go back. Let's make sure he doesn't try to beat us back and try to get out of here. He's got a bill to pay.
General Tire's Major League Fishing is brought to you by General Tire. Anywhere is possible. Mossy Oak. Hunt. Fish. Repeat. Abu Garcia. Fish to win. Optima Batteries. The ultimate power source. And by Barbasol Shaving Cream and Razors. A close, comfortable shave for the past 100 years.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Look at that bass.
After a 7-pound hammer hit the score tracker in Elimination Round 2, 10 Major League Fishing pros were ready to load up the scales with Texas-sized lunkers.
Not gonna be no slugfest.
But the bass were elusive, and the bites did not come easy on Belton Lake today.
Boy, that felt good.
Although it was a grind from start to finish, Ott Defoe clued into a specific pattern and seemed to be untouchable.
That's what you call her out at the boat.
However, when Edwin Evers started catching quality bass in the third period,
yes,
it became clear there was more on the line than just winning the round.
It's fairly important that I beat Edwin today.
Loser between the two of us has to jump in.
After an incredible comeback, Edwin got within 2 pounds of taking first place. But he ran out of time and paid his dues like a gentleman.
It's a man of his word right here. He said he would. I'm actually a little jealous.
Now, Ott Defoe will show you how he stayed dry in Bass Pro Shop's end of the line.
I'm Ott Defoe, and these are the 2 baits that I use to win my elimination round. I've got a green pumpkin buzzing frog rigged on a heavy-duty wide gap hook with a ring on it. That was the bait that really did a lot of the heavy lifting and helped me find the pattern that would end up carrying me to victory. The other bait I didn't pick up until late into the third period, but it kept me from having to go swimming, was an 1/8 ounce buzz bait with a Bass Pro speed shad on the back of it. That's a 3-inch speed shad and just a natural shad color. These are the 2 baits I used to move on to sudden death. That is fun.
With today's win, Ott will advance to sudden death. He'll be joined by Edwin Evers, David Dudley, Greg Hackney, Dean Rojas, and Brent Ayler. The bottom 4 anglers will be heading home. The Berkeley Big Bass of the day goes to David Dudley, who scooped up this 7-pound 5-ounce showstopper on a jerkbait early in period 1.
7 pounds 5 ounces. Whoa, oh my gosh. Holy crap.
Dude, that's the one, you guys.
Today's Barbasol Close Shave goes to Brent Ayler. He caught a clutch fish in the final minutes to make the cut by less than 1 pound.
Dude, that's Major League Fishing for you right there. It's so many times it's come down right to the very end.
Let's send it over to Marty Stone, who's with today's winner, Ott Defoe.
Certain days you get a feel you're going to win, and after the first period, this wasn't one of those days, was it?
No, it definitely wasn't. It was, that first period was a struggle. The thing that I wanted to do here did not work, and I really had to back up and punt.
Talk about that. You went way up, furthest in, went up in the back of a creek, something you're known for, something you're very comfortable with. To me, I get more excited when I watch you guys make big-time moves, and that was 180 degree.
Right.
Then you come down here in the clear water and started dialing it in.
Yeah, it was, that up there was exactly what I hoped to find and what I, wanted to fish. And it just didn't work. I mean, I caught 1 scoreable fish up there, caught a couple shorts, but that was it. And so starting the second period, I'm like, I wrote that off. I didn't leave a rock unturned up there, so I just started close and hit a couple things that didn't work, and I thought, I'm just gonna run in the back of a pocket, throw some top water. Very first pocket I went in, I caught a scoreable. Next pocket, another one. Next pocket, another one. almost every single pocket I would fish, I would either catch a scoreable fish or see one.
7 sudden deaths in a row, 3 elimination round wins.
Yeah.
Is this the one?
I hope so. I hope so, because the last 6 sudden deaths, I've not made it to the championship. So, man, I'm definitely ready to break that cycle and try to make that championship and get this thing done. I like Texas. Texas likes me sometimes, so let's get it.
Ott Defoe, winner of the elimination round number 2 and advancing to sudden death.
Beautiful.
Yes, indeed. Make sure you tune in next week for elimination round number 3 of the Academy Sports and Outdoors Heritage Cup, presented by Magellan Outdoors from Waco, Texas. Until then, thanks for watching General Tire's Major League Fishing.